Alright guys, welcome to the Media Hijack Podcast. I'm your host, Billy Walters, and joining me is Chris Unholy Jesus.
What up, everybody? Welcome back.
Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Media Hijack. This is episode 162. Before 62. We start, yes, 62, not 64. Before we start, if you guys want to get some official Media Hijack t-shirts, you can head up to the MediaHijack.com, grab you some t-shirts and some hoodies, because I know it's going to be cold. Also, if you guys want to join our Reddit, we got our own Reddit community, and go there, post whatever you guys want. And it's like a ghost town there, but have fun. Also, if you guys want to visit our YouTube, you can catch the live replay off of Twitch on YouTube. And don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe over there. And don't forget to also, audio listeners, subscribe to us. Give us that 5 stars and leave us a comment. We need some more comments, please.
Do it, please.
I'm desperate. Chris is about to sell his ovaries.
I am, man.
I'm about to open that back door up. You know, choo choo. OnlyFans personal.
Billy Waters OnlyFans.
Get your tokens ready. Get those tokens ready.
Them OnlyFans tokens, get them ready.
All right, so today our main topic, we're gonna be talking about Grant Amato, which is a guy that had an obsession with a cam girl that he met online. Super obsessed with this girl, so obsessed that eventually he ended up killing his whole family. That's how it ended. Very tragic. And then we're gonna talk about, how it all started, what happened, and then how eventually it led to like a very dark ending, which is horrible.
Can't trust them cam hoes.
Well, it's not really her fault at all, really.
Well, it really wasn't. Now,
yeah,
get to the bottom of it.
Doing her thing. Oh shit, what's happening? And you got any topics after this one?
Yeah, I got one about this. I remember hearing, was it last month? This guy that tried to crash a plane. Well, because he was a pilot that tried to crash a plane himself. Come to find out, this motherfucker had shrooms in his system. I'm gonna go into that and why he tripped out. We talk about a plane pilot with a crash. As far as I don't know if that was the story from the very beginning that he had shrooms in his system. I remember hearing about a pilot trying to crash a plane, but he's going to trial right now, or he's getting in process through the system, all that shit. Preliminary hearings, getting charged.
I heard about this.
Yeah, and he had shrooms in the system, and we don't find out why it went wrong. So
I don't really know the full story, but I remember hearing Coast to Coast talk about it, and then I was just shaking my head the whole time, making a bad name for shrooms, man. It's like, oh yeah, and I'm on shrooms. That's fucked up.
No, but when you hear the rest of the story, you'll see why he had a bad trip, and it's kind of like, sometimes you don't need. There's a story behind it that kind of makes sense, and when I tell you, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Damn.
And then I'm gonna talk about over 1,000 kids going missing in Ohio this year, which is insane. I remember earlier this year, back in March, I was like, 45 kids just went missing in a week in Ohio, and then it kind of just went away, and I was like, a fucking 1,000 now, 6 months later. So
you think there's a shortage on adrenochrome?
On the what problem?
Like a shortage with adrenochrome, with the elitist community where they need their fix off of children's blood.
Yeah, it's like, we gotta get them numbers up, man. We need more kids.
Yeah, we're kind of low on adrenochrome. We gotta scare these kids. Or where else can we get them? Ohio.
Ohio's a lot of kids running around out there.
What is it? What's the Eminem 4 Mile Club? What is it called? The street he lived on. Okay, let's
8 Mile?
Yeah, 8 Mile Road. Yeah. All right. Okay, let's get started with the story of Greg Amato. All right, so Greg Amato, a Florida resident who once aspired to be a nurse while working at a healthcare center, he had a series of events that took a dark turn that led to a tragic outcome. So let me talk about his family. So he had a brother named Cody, and then a stepbrother named Jason, but the main one's gonna be Cody. So his brother Cody, he was also working in healthcare, and they both were in the healthcare industry. His father was a pharmacist for 35 years, and he worked at a CVS retailer. So his father, he was already on the way to retire. So everything that led up to this, it's just so messed up, man. And the mom, I don't know what the mom did. They never really spoke about her much, but she was just one of the victims that eventually got shot. All right, so let's start from when he got suspended from his job in June 2018. The reason why he got fired is because he was stealing shit, and then on top of that, he was like improperly medicating like the patients. Like he was doing it incorrectly, or he was just being reckless with it. So they ended up like firing him from his I don't know if it was a nurse or what's that thing where they put people under? Anesthesiologist, yeah. And
he was giving too much of a dosage and shit. Damn.
Yeah, I guess he was either going too hard or I don't know, but doing it improperly.
He was like, "You really want to sleep? Oh, let me relax."
Yeah, and at that time he was like, I think he was still in school to become like a full-time regular nurse and stuff. And then, yeah, I was wondering. I was like, okay, so those people who didn't even finish school, they're allowed to put patients under without having that school background. That's what I thought that was like an important job to do.
Yeah,
right?
That's super important. Yeah, they give them the right amount of doses. What if you kill them and shit?
Yeah, like I would think like a doctor does that or some shit.
Yeah, because you have to ask them too, like if they got like high blood pressure and they do, then you can't put them under. There's a lot of shit behind that.
Ask them if this jab hurt. Can you still feel it? Slice.
No.
All right, so after he got fired, he was battling depression, and he started to turn to Twitch to become a streamer. He wanted to be famous, and because he liked to play games, you know, just like us.
Yeah.
Like he's like our age, but maybe a little younger. Yeah, probably like 5 years younger. And you know, he told his parents and his brothers like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be famous on Twitch." And we all know how difficult Twitch is, because we've been doing it for forever. We're not even a spec. So I was like, this dude, like, if you just gotta have that wild personality or something, you know. We didn't even make the cut. We're not that exciting.
I'm about to say, you better learn to love what you do. Shit.
Right. Yeah, you gotta really love it just to keep doing it. Like, I'm thinking about moving Twitch to a different platform that Jeremy uses. It's called Kick.
Yeah, what's up with that? Is Kick pretty solid? Is he getting over that?
I think it's better there. Maybe it might be better for our community. We start fresh, you know, but with a lot of XP.
Yes.
Yeah, we come in there with like golden armors.
Yeah, we've been grinding this whole time. So.
Yeah, like we're new, but we're not new.
Hell yeah! All you newbies move.
Yeah, so Twitch didn't work out for him, so he's like, "Fuck it, this shit's too hard." So he got bored one night, and then he went on this website called My Free Cams. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I'm not familiar with it. Like they got my credit card information, but I've heard of it. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
So this is where like he browsed a couple models, and then he caught his eye on this one Bulgarian girl. Her name is Sylvia, but she goes by Sylvie, so we're gonna call her Sylvie too.
Okay.
And then slowly but surely, he got very obsessed with this girl, like super obsessed, even knowing that he's never gonna meet her. But he got like so obsessed to where he started just spending a lot of money on her.
Red flag.
Yeah, and then he would like lie to her and tell her like he was a famous streamer that makes a lot of money. He drives a BMW. He owns his own house. Like he was like a big deal, and he lied to her just to, you know, I guess make himself look good, because he was like sending her like a lot of money. He was sending her like lingerie, sex toys, so he could watch her play with the toys that he buy. And she's like, cool, just keep sending all the money. You know, I do whatever. You said backflip? Yeah, I'll learn how to do a backflip in lingerie.
Put this baseball bat in my butt, sure.
Yeah. Get the whole slugger bat in there, you know?
The big part, not the little end. Big end.
Yeah, so like at this time, I think he's 29 years old at this time, and he still lives with his parents. All he does is like spend his time on his computer. I know a lot of people like this. Uh-oh. You know, he's like the typical young adult, drops out of school, gets fired from his job, and then back at the parents' house. I think a lot of people is going through this right now.
A lot of millennials.
Yeah. So hang in there. Don't be giving people money.
They
You know,
sure
because a lot of people getting scammed out here with these catfish because, they're just looking for love or they're
yeah.
just trying to feel something.
And they find it in all the wrong places.
Out of all places, myfreecams.com.
Yeah, she went to Tinder, man.
Yeah, so like it came to the point where like he would have to spend tokens to talk to her. So you use real money to buy tokens, and then you could schedule like a time where you can talk to her. And this guy, he was maxing out. Like I think the longest you can talk to her is like 4 hours a night or a day. So he would spend all the money every single day. He would buy enough tokens to talk to her for 4 hours. So where's all this money coming from? He was stealing his brother's credit card. So within like 1 month, he racked up $60,000 on his brother's credit card. And I was like, how many credit cards he got? And what's his limit?
60,000?
Yeah, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
But like,
Damn.
yeah, good credit. Not no more. But
Not anymore.
yeah, I was like, damn. I was like, your brother, like, how does he not even get statements or something like a red flag or an email saying, hey, are you spending this amount of money on these online sites?
Right? Like, is this you? Like, shit, man. You ain't hit him up.
That's technically not me. It's my brother. But then like he ended up taking a line of credit on his parents' mortgage, and then using that money to, of course, give to his favorite model cam girl Sylvie. And guess how much money that he took from his parents? Like just a wild guess.
So you took 60,000 from his brother already, right? That's
Right.
from the credit. Okay.
Yeah.
It gotta be something crazy because dual income or some shit. That shit gotta be what 100,000.
That's close. 200,000.
200.
200,000. But I heard it's like probably a little bit more than 200,000. But that's the ballpark of how much he stole from his own parents.
And he must have did that shit quick. If he did it over time, that's one. I don't know. That's insane.
Yeah. The dude was just, that girl was happy. She's the one with the house in BMW now.
Yeah. To talk to you for 4 hours.
Yeah, she's living the life. She's like you made her famous,
For real.
Yeah.
She can't be good.
Was that?
So she can't be that good. Not for that much money.
Well, we got a picture of her. Like, could you pull up her picture? So we just show the picture so the audience can just get a. So this is what she looks like with the green Bulgarian eyes. Green eyes are very rare. I think it's like less than 4% of the population has green eyes.
No.
She might be wearing contacts.
She's a rare breed. Oh, that probably that.
Yeah, I think this is like a regular photo of her. Look like she's not.
No
She
way.
looks normal.
I know it. I was just about to say, I was like, what she look like in her true form?
Yeah, she looks normal. And then is there another one?
She ain't like hideous, none. I mean, she's just
Yeah.
normal.
And then this is like the one like they use like in court, making it look all like glamorous and stuff.
It's probably like
Okay.
his defense team was probably like, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, is this worth $30,000 right here? They probably show a picture.
Did you love her?
Don't you see why he did it? See how fine she is?
Yeah, that fool's crazy. Like he would actually like call her, leave her a message. Like he would record himself, like with a selfie cam or whatever. Then he's like, it's just me checking my mail. Hey Sylvie, I feel weird buying your videos. Like, could you just send me some videos? Like that. I was like, damn, that sounds so weird. He's like, all right, clocking out. See you later. Because he got the reason why he don't want to buy it because he's running out of money. He can't be stealing everybody's money. But he used it all in her, and like not only. Go ahead.
I was about to say shit. He didn't have no money.
Yeah.
He was other people's money. He been out of job.
Yeah, that fool's wild. And then he sold his brother guns and stuff. He even stole money from his aunts and uncles and grandma and his friends. Like this dude, like that's like an addiction, a hardcore.
Yeah.
How do you obsess over someone that much? Huh?
I'm curious, like how they just let him just do this shit the whole time, like just do whatever the hell he wanted.
Oh yeah, but you know how American families are. Notice how it's just American. Yeah, they're just so nice. They're just so nice, and I get it, because that's their son, so they like put that under the rug. We're gonna get you some help. So like yeah. So like I was saying, like his dad, he was a pharmacist for 35 years, and he was close to retirement until that thing that his son pulled off. Grant just went in, and then Cody, the brother, overheard like the dad talking on the phone. The dad was like, "Oh yeah, now I gotta work like just a couple more years longer before his official retirement, so he can, clean up the mess he made."
Yeah.
So they took a hit hard, man, by your own family member. But I'm pretty sure. Yeah, go ahead.
This gotta suck because like you do like 35 years of hard work and grinding, and then your son like gotta push you back a couple years. Like, man, when it's time to retire, you ready to fucking go, man. You ain't trying to stay for another minute, and then yeah, I got put some extra time just to make up for $200,000 we done just lost.
Yeah, if I did that right, if I even stole like $20 from my parents, I'm done, dude. I'm already like casted out. My mom probably stabbed me.
I got accused when I was a teenager one time of stealing like $5.
Damn.
And then, hold on, my whole house came at me.
Chris,
everyone thought I stole it.
$5 and get a lot of food. Did you do it?
And it wasn't even me. It was my sister's boyfriend at the time. He stole that money.
Holy shit!
They all came at me. I was like, man, it's $5 by work. Like, what the fuck is $5 for?
Damn.
Working at FedEx.
How did they find out it was him? Did he admitted to it?
No, we weren't doing the process of elimination. Like, who was in the house at the time, unlike when no one was there. And he was there at one time when nobody was there.
Wow.
Like, he was left unattended. I was like, yeah, because I'm never here. I was always out hanging out with you and shit.
Damn.
And everybody
Who's
else.
with Harold hanging out, doing God knows what.
Hang out with Billy tonight.
That's crazy how, like, over $5 you guys did a whole, like, intervention.
Man, for real.
Process of elimination. Looking at, like, street cameras.
Man, yeah. Like, they was asking me, like, where were you at, like, last night? I was like, I wasn't here.
You out there stealing more money?
I was like, were you out there spending that $5? I'm like, what? I was balling.
Gasoline. All right, so like despite of like the financial betrayal, the parents are willing to put that aside to help their son. So like with them being nice to him like that, I think that's what made him want to keep continuing doing bad things, like take their money and spend it all on a girl that he'll never meet in his life, which is it's so dirty, man.
They enabled him, but it's probably like, well, he's happier right now. He was kind of depressed outside of work, and he was broke and everything. But we could give him money; it might make him happy, and then maybe he might get a job eventually.
Right.
But the motherfucker had no intentions of getting a job apparently at all.
No.
He's gonna just keep stealing money.
He had only one thing on his mind.
Svetlana, no, what's her name?
Sylvia.
Sylvie.
Yeah.
Apologies, Sylvie.
Good old Sylvie. All right, so his brother Cody, he's a good brother. It's like, hey Grant, we're gonna relax, and I'm gonna take you to Japan, or we're gonna go to Japan on a trip, and we're gonna refresh and just start over, because they're big on anime, they're big on games. So Cody, his brother, nice enough, he said he spent like over $10,000 on the whole trip just for him, like to do all his stuff over there, the plane ticket, and then on top of that, all the food and all the fun stuff that they did. And there's like, we got a picture of him in Japan in like a train subway. They look like twins, and they're like a happy family. I think he is the one on the left side, I believe.
He's the one. He's the bum, the one on the left.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say the man with the issues.
Yeah, that's him, looking all like a happy family. So then, like while they were out there on their Japan trip, Cody discovered that Grant was contacting Sylvie on the computer while they're out on the trip. So like he got pissed off. Cody's like, dude, what are you doing? Like we're supposed to put this behind us. Like stop contacting her, stop wasting money on her. Like what are you doing? So then like he called his dad, and then his dad was pissed off. I was like, what the hell? Like he's still contacting that girl. And then they found out that Grant stole even more money from them, because this guy's a maniac, dude. Got Bob in the house.
Won't stop.
Yeah, that dude was like, I'm stealing more money from you, even though I'm trying to get a fresh start out here. My brother was nice enough to take me to Japan. So when they came back to America, dude, the family's like, hey, we got to have a family intervention now. You're doing too much, Grant. You're doing way too much. Even like the aunt was calling the dad. The aunt was like, hey, your damn son stole from me. I'm gonna press charges. That the dad was like, no, don't press charges. We're gonna take care of it. We're gonna talk to him. We're gonna get him some help. So after they had like the intervention and stuff, they said, hey, you gotta go to rehab. So they sent him to rehab for 60 days for porn addiction.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So like during this time where he went, they already dropped him off at the rehab. The family ended up contacting that cam girl. Wait, there's an echo? Hold on. Hello? Wait, there's an echo? Hold on. Bob, are you sure? Well, I mean...
Since there's echo?
Yeah, I don't know. Can you double check on the computer?
Yeah, I'm not hearing no one. Over here.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, where was I?
Oh, yeah.
I don't hear it.
Okay, we're good. Yeah, Bob, you tripping. I think it's catching my voice, like going off of your speaker, then it's coming back to me.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, because you're not wearing the headphone, right? I think that's why. But it's okay. Okay, so where was I? Okay, so when he was in rehab, right, for 60 days, the family, they contacted that cam girl Sylvie, and they told her like, hey, our son, the one you've been getting all this money from, like he lied to you. He's not a successful streamer. He doesn't own a BMW. He doesn't have a house. He lied, and he stole all the money from us. And then like all we want you to do is just like stop contact, or if he contact you, don't mess with him no more.
Don't take no more money.
Yeah, don't take, because they didn't ask her for the money back. You know, they just said, hey, if our son try to contact you, like leave it alone, because he's dealing with a lot of issues right now. Like he's in rehab. You know, he took our money to buy you a house and a BMW, and and then family's like, okay, I think we took care of this. Like we got it taken care of. So like only after 12 days when he was in rehab, they released him. Because they said, like, they told the mom, like, yeah, I think he's doing good. I don't think you got to do the full 60 days for the porn addiction. I think he's okay now. So then, after, like, they came back, right, the dad was like, all right, like, I'm going to give you, like 3 choices. Like, either you move out the house and do everything on your own. And then the other one is, like you can live with us, but under like the strict, rules that you can't use the internet after 12 and stuff like that, and you can't contact Sylvie. And then the other one was like, go live like your aunt or some shit like that. So Grant, of course, was like, I want to live with you guys, daddy and mommy. And, don't have to pay for nothing. And then, try to get his Twitch career back up. And then the dad was like, okay, cool. We're gonna have you at the house, but make sure you follow our strict rules. They wrote it in contract and everything. Making sure he doesn't break the contract and contact that girl. But like I think like less than like a week or something, they caught him talking to Sylvia again. And then dad was like, man, I had it with you, Grant. And then he put his hands on him, because when Grant was talking to like later down when they interviewed him, he said his dad was so aggressive. So this was like the turning point where Grant was so pissed off at his father because he's so aggressive. He grabbed him, and then Cody's like, hey, like don't mess with him, like chill, like just let him go to the aunt house, just let him go live at the aunt house, and then they left, but they left all pissed off. Damn, my stomach kind of hurt. Well, let me take a 5-minute real quick.
Yeah.
All right, so back to the story. All right, so after Grant violated his strict contract, and they got into the scuffle with the family, and then he eventually left. Grant, he was pissed off, and he was pissed off because it's like, oh, my family's trying to stop me from contacting Sylvie, the love of my life. Like, who the fuck are they? My family,
Not me for my true love.
Did we show the family picture? Let me show you guys a picture of this nice, sweet family out in Florida. So that's the dad, the mom. These are when they were kids, and they look like twins. So I couldn't tell you which is which. I don't know who's
Twins,
Grant. Was that?
I think they are twins because I remember, or something close to it. Because I remember hearing, I remember
Maybe.
seeing like a story about this before too. They might be twins.
Show the other
Really?
family picture, like when they're like a little older. Yeah, this is like when they were about to die. Father, the
Oh,
mom,
shit.
and that's the brother Cody. Brother Cody.
So the brother Cody got killed too with the rest of the fam.
Yep, they all got. Yeah, they all got shot.
Man. I mean, they should have been stopped that shit.
Yep. So then, like, here's where everything start, like getting all heated and stuff. Like, so Grant, he was so pissed off. Like later, I don't know if it was a few weeks later or something later down the road. The hospital where Cody was working at, like Cody, he was working there. I don't know, like over 5 years. He would always show up to work. He was never late. He never left work early, and he never missed days. So when he started missing days, this is when it was red flag. They're like, hey, like call Cody, call like the family. Like, why is nobody picking up the phone? So like Cody, either his girlfriend or somebody at the hospital, they called like the police officers to do a wellness check on Cody and the family because nobody's answering anything. So the officer's like, okay, we can go to the house and check out, see what's going on. So all this was like caught on like body cam too. They got the body cam footage on YouTube, but they didn't show like the bodies like when they found them. So like the cops, like they went over there and then they showed up at the house. They started knocking all the windows. They honked the horn, and they didn't get no response or nothing. So they called their supervisor. They're like, hey, like, could we get permission to go into this house? And they got permission. And then as soon as like they went in the house, like I saw the footage, there was like a dresser like kind of like blocking the door, but then they managed like to get it open. And then after they got into like the kitchen, dude, blood everywhere. The mom got shot right in the forehead while she was on the computer desk, dude. So the mom was like laying down on like a keyboard, out cold.
So he's like shot in the back of the head or something?
I think in front of the head. She got shot like, hey, I'm your son. And then boom. And then they said the next victim to get shot was the father. So as soon as the father came home from work, he got shot twice. Like they said like how he got shot the first time he got shot, like he was still alive, so he was like crawling in the kitchen. And then they said that Grant like walked up to him and then just shot him again in the head, in the back of the head. And then like the dirty part is, he took like the dad's cell phone, right? And then he texts Cody from the dad's cell phone, pretend like he's the dad. And he was like, hey, Cody, hey, come home quick. It's like an emergency. We need you to come home now. No. And Cody was at work, and he never leaves work early. And like at this time, they were saying, like Cody, he was working like a double. So like for him to leave like 15 minutes early is throwing a lot of money away, for no reason. So they thought that was a weird behavior. So it's like, why did Cody left so early, And then he doesn't show up to work after that. So that's why they did a wellness check. So then Cody, as soon as like Cody entered the house, shot him right in the head.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So crazy, right?
Cold shit. What the brother got to do with it, man? So did he steal money from Cody?
Yeah, he stole money from Cody.
He don't steal money from these people. Like this. Here's my thing. Oh god damn. This is crazy because he's like, okay, I want a fresh start, and then keep stealing from people again. Like, well, how can I make a fresh start? Because he probably one of the people that made an argument to his parents. Well, how am I supposed to make a fresh start with nothing? I gotta keep stealing to start from somewhere. Like,
right? See, like,
get a job.
Like what Grant was saying, like he was like the reason why he told the family was like, yeah, I need more money for my YouTube career. Like that much money?
Get a job, man.
Yeah, like damn.
Can get a job, get a real world job, and then hustle to try to get your YouTube shit going, man. Damn.
Yeah, but I guess like he felt like his family was so against him talking to Sylvie that he was like, why would you guys stop me from talking to like the love of my life that makes me feel so good?
Yeah.
And then you're gonna like tell my whole story that I lied about everything to her, embarrass me in front of my cam girl.
But my future wife and kid,
like he was like, who's the one that contacted her? Was it you, mom? I'm gonna kill you first, mom. It's like that. You should have never contacted Sylvie. Made me look like a fool, So
Sylvie went back like, hey, you know your parents caught me, right? She's she like from that world, right? She like, why did your parents call me Grant? It's like, what? That bitch.
Yeah, I bet you that 200,000 over there is worth so much money, dude.
Hell yeah, that shit goes a long way, man.
Yeah, it might be worth so much damn money. Like she's probably maybe 3 BMWs and 12 houses or some shit. She's famous now, you know. She got that money to do her career. Thank you, Grant, for stealing. So so after he killed his family, right? He took off in a Honda Accord. He went to like a hotel and he stayed there for a good minute. And after the officer's like, where the hell's the other son at? You know, at first they thought like the dad that got shot was actually him, and then the dad was somewhere. So they're like, okay, we don't know where the dad was at, but they mistaken him for his dad. So then like later, they end up finding the Honda Accord at the hotel, and they found him in the room, and they took his ass out. And this was all caught on body cam and everything. Took him out, and then and then they started interrogating him.
Okay.
And when they were interrogating him, like they were talking to him like like they were really cool, you know, because I think they already suspect that he did the murder, but they talked to him like normal, you know, just to get the feel of him. Like they were telling, like what it's like to do. He was like, I like to play like Fortnite with my brothers and stuff, and blah blah blah. And then like long story short, like it got to the point where when they were interrogating him, they got so frustrated because he wouldn't admit to, you know, the crime that he did. But yeah, it was almost like if you listen to it, like they were trying to get him to just say it, you know, to like the lady was like, you know, like there's things that we already knew before we even ask you. So if you were to tell us the truth, we can, you know, we can make your life a lot easier.
Yeah.
And he wasn't budging. Yeah, he wasn't. He wasn't. He was like, no, I'm not gonna tell you I did anything. You can't catch me.
I'm not gonna tell you I shot my dad twice. Once in the back of the head while he crawled. I ain't gonna tell you I did that.
I'm not gonna tell you I shot my mom in the forehead while she was on the computer trying to contact Sylvie. I'm not gonna tell you all that. The crazy thing is, the crime scene, they said it looked like a murder-suicide, or it was staged as a murder-suicide. So what Grant, the way Grant was doing it, he was trying to set up the bodies to make it look like his brother Cody was arguing with the father, and then they had a scuffle, and they had, you know, a gunfight.
That's fucked up. Yeah,
so he put like the gun, right? He put the gun like right next to where Cody's hand was at. And then the crazy thing is, they said like all like the shells and the bullets didn't even match up. Like the gun that was near Cody wasn't even the gun that was used. And then
so he used a second. Wait, hold on, wait. So he killed his family with the gun he had. Then he got a second gun and put it in Cody's hand to make it seem like Cody did it.
Yeah,
like,
and the gun they never found it. The real gun they never found it. And then
if he wasn't so busy talking to fucking Svetlana online, he would watch some TV shows and all.
Yeah, he would have known. Like, come on, like one episode of CSI.
That's all you need. That's all you need is one episode of CSI.
And then like another a funny thing that he did, like he put like the gun holster on his dad, right, to make it look like the dad was just walking around with a gun the whole time. But the crazy thing is, like when they look at the holster, right, they said it was on backwards. They're like, this is impossible. It's like it almost looked like it was placed on the body after.
Yeah.
Right? And then they said that the body of his dad was laying like back, right, with the head up towards the ceiling. But where he was shot in the head was from the back. So they said the dad head is supposed to be facing down.
Right.
So they said like the body was flipped over, and then the gun holster was put on backwards. So they're like, okay, this is a stage scene to make it look like it was a murder-suicide.
See,
it's so sloppy.
At first I was gonna be like, yeah, you know, sad, mental health, da-da-da. But the more the story goes on, you start to realize, like, this motherfucker just might have been evil, because to try to frame, I mean, it was stupid all around. It was never gonna work. But to try to frame your own brother and then stage the bodies up, that's bad. That's work. To me, like, killing his family is bad enough, but then trying to frame your dead brother for it is next level evil.
Yeah, they're like,
because you know what you're doing, man. Horribly, you did it stupidly wrong, but you know what you was doing.
Yeah, that's so dirty. And then they went on trial and they told the whole story like that, and the jury was like, even though like they didn't found like a solid evidence that it linked to him. Like the one evidence or whatever they found, because they really went in deep with this. They said like he was wearing like an Apple Watch, right? And it counted like they said his location was at the house, and he took 67 steps. So they linked it to like, okay, he probably took 67 steps like in the house and then he left. That was like basically like the only thing they had on him. But then the jury is like, no, we don't need any more information. Like he was guilty on all charges of murder, and he was supposed to get the death penalty, but then like they were able to get him off the death penalty, and then he's now serving like 20 years to life with no parole, some shit like that.
Man, they shouldn't even give him a number 20 years. This would be like
I think it's just life in prison with no parole. So what is that?
He is asking he's gonna be in there forever.
Yeah,
because life is like 25 years. That's the sentence is life. So 25 years to life is like no parole. His ass ain't never getting out.
Yeah, and that's him.
And,
bald guy.
They could have been like, okay, after 25 years of life, then you're eligible for parole, or something like that. But no parole. Yeah, he fucked. He's done.
They got Kanye in the back.
You have to find a new girlfriend now.
Yeah, but what's crazy? Like they got like footage of him, right? They got footage of him in the jail making a phone call, but the phone call was towards like Sylvie. He's like, "Hey, Sylvie, sweet baby girl, it's me, Grant. I just want to say I miss you, I love you, and I wish I could be there with you." I'm like, damn, this guy's like deranged, dude.
Sylvie, please, I need some money on my books, please.
And then one of the inmates heard about it, right? He's like, I could be Sylvie tonight.
Be a Sylvie. My real name's Sylvester. Be a Sylvie though if you want.
AK Stallion.
I like that baldness you got going on. Like,
yeah, he's like, you can pull my hair.
Just your hair looks like a corn pop.
Damn, he's probably getting like super drilled right now.
Mm-mm. He's like, Sylvie, please save me.
Yeah, but
Sylvie,
they do have like he has a step brother. His name is Jason, and then he was actually one of the people that they questioned too. Like before everything was said and done, they actually went to his job and they shut his whole job down just to take him out of his job. And then they started questioning, like interrogating him too, to see, you know, like if his alibi like fits and whatever, and he wasn't involved in the murder.
Right.
But you know, all his shit checked out. He has a family and everything, 2 kids, and he was just afraid. Like he was afraid for Grant because he didn't know like Grant killed the whole family at this time. Like at this time they're like is Grant okay? Because I don't think the first thing that came to their mind was, oh, Grant killed the whole family. It was more like, hey, who like we gotta find out who broke into their house, who killed the family.
Yeah, everybody did.
Yeah, and the only one that was like delusional was when they interrogated him was Grant. Like he was so chill about the whole thing. And it was right after he killed his whole family, and how he was talking in the interrogation. So chill, dude.
I think I've seen that video too, man. Like the interrogation and of like, some guy went and visited him. I don't know if it was like a brother or something, or the guy. Well, I think I seen a video where one of the family members, a guy, came to go see him. It was talking to him like, "Hey, man, like you gotta confess, man." I don't know if you ever seen that video. I saw it like a while ago.
Oh damn.
That's my first. Yeah, I think like a family member, some dude. I thought it was like maybe a stepbrother, maybe the stepbrother or something. But somebody came to visit.
Oh, I think it's a stepbrother.
And it was like, "Hey, man, what the fuck happened?"
Yeah,
like,
it's a stepbrother. Yeah.
You gotta like, and he was like kept trying to convince him like, "Hey, you gotta tell these people that you did it because they got you. You can't." And he was still like, "Well, it wasn't me."
They need closure, you know.
Yeah.
That dude is.
I remember seeing that.
Well, yeah, murdering your family like in cold blood like that, and then texting your brother to come so you could kill him 50 minutes early before his shift was over.
Come on, man. Come on.
That's dark, man.
And then you try to frame him. That's even
make it look like he killed the whole family.
Like I've seen some shit before. Like, 'cause I've heard some of the stories of where I think it was like one a couple years ago. There was this guy who was living with his parents, and both his parents were about to retire, and he had been like living in another state, but he never worked or anything. He was like just Twitch streaming and always playing games. But I guess like his parents were like, "Hey, we about to retire, and we keep paying his rent, we're paying his utilities, we're paying all his bills, and he won't get a job. And he's been doing it for years because it was a struggle just to get him out the house in the first place. And when he got his apartment, he couldn't keep a job or pay his bills. So when he found out his parents were retiring, he got upset. Drove all the way from like Louisiana to like Alabama. I think on Thanksgiving, and I think he killed his mom in the kitchen while she was preparing some food. killed the dad while he was like in he killed his dad because they had like a at home garage. I mean at home gym. He like smashed his dad head in with like a plate, a weighted plate.
Shit!
Smashed his head in while he was working out. Smashed his head in. They shot his mom and everything, and then they tried like he caught the body pieces. Tried to put him in like a barrels of acid upstairs, but then he got tired or bored, so then he just left the house a mess, and then went back to Louisiana. But when the cops got there, the first thing they noticed like, man, it's kind of hot in this house because he had turned up the heat because he was trying to increase like the decomposition of the bodies. And when the cops went in the kitchen, it was like, what the fuck is on the stove? Something's boiling, something's cooking in the pot. They opened it up, and it was the mom's head.
What the hell?
And this is all because
for broth or something.
Yeah, like this because he was trying to like melt off the like basically because he was trying to like, hey, I need decomposition to happen so I can bury the bones.
Damn.
And then I guess he's like and the reason why they noticed like it was like he's trying to do the decomposition faster. He had turned up the heat in the house, so increased the heat to cause the body decompose faster. And I guess it wasn't doing it fast enough, so then he tried to melt his mom's skin off her face. Crazy, but it was all because his ass didn't want to get no job. And he just wanted to play games. It was crazy, and he was like he had two other siblings who were like well established. You know, their normal lives, had like kids, jobs, husband, spouse, whatever. But he was like that one fuck up, and
damn, like
because they want to pay his bills, and he's like, I gotta kill them both.
Yeah, like speaking of like kids that's like playing games like that a lot, like you think we're on the verge of like a whole bunch of serial killers? Because how you know how like with the new generation now, like mainly their whole life is online, like with gaming or whatever, but it's mostly it's online. Because if our life was online like that, you can't imagine like these new generation that's coming up. Like should we like stay protected or have a knife on you at the whole time?
Yeah, I think we should say alert a little bit more, or just pay attention to all these signs. Because I remember not too long ago, I think it's like last year or a couple years ago, I was reading this article that was talking about how by the year 2030, there's about to be a rise of serial killers in America because they're starting to realize based off of like FBI data and stuff like that when serial killers were really big in the 60s, especially the 70s, where serial killers was like
dude, it might be swinging back around.
Yeah, they say it's like it happens like usually like because they said like a lot of the people that were serial killers of that era of the 70s, they came up with an era like after World War II, and more likely they had fathers that were abusive after having PTSD in the military, going to war, fighting in Germany. They coming home beating the shit out of wives because that was like an era where like men were just kicking the shit out of wives for like the tiniest infraction, like, oh, why is it too cold? Backhanding the wife.
Was that when the wife beater term came?
Yeah, I think so. And then the shirt too, maybe.
Yeah,
wife beater shirt. But yeah, so it's like they noticed like it started having like a huge effect on these kids in these broken up households where abusive fathers, whatever. So then and had to grow up with fathers who had PTSD from the war. Then there was a rise of serial killers in the 70s. So now they say like right now because after the Iraq War and 2008 the housing collapse. A lot of these kids grew up in these rough households, so like by the time 2030 rolls around, these kids are gonna be adults, probably have a PTSD from these rough houses, growing up in poverty, and then they're gonna start taking it out on the world. By 2030, they say it's supposed to be spiking back up statistically. Supposedly,
we're getting there. It's close.
It's getting there.
I'm a little worried. Bob says Robert has that kind of mentality. I can see that too. My brother. But I was gonna say my other brother, the one that we barely know nothing about, Fat Man. I think with Fat Man getting married, I think that probably saved everybody's lives. What I mean by that is like, I remember I had a dream about him that he killed everybody in the family. And this was before he got married. So I'll always remember that dream because I remember seeing him stab my brother near the trash can. So I was like, holy shit. I was like, Fat Man, serious. So ever since I had that dream, I was like, yeah, something needs to happen with Fat Man because he wasn't really doing anything at all. It's just work and come home and then do God knows what when the lights are off. I don't know. Yeah, but he wasn't out there on the streets or nothing, wasn't trying to get a girlfriend or wasn't hanging out with anybody. So I was like, okay, something has to happen or we're in trouble. So like good thing he got married.
For real. Sometimes and then a lot of times too, it's just like there's people out there who want to have somebody in their life and want to be happy but don't have the I don't say the guts or whatever, but don't have that. They're not confident enough to want to go out there and put themselves out there like that. So they kind of just rather sit and suffer in silence and then then try to put themselves out there. And it kind of causes a ripple effect. I had a friend like that some years ago. They was going through some shit where all they did was like went to work, then went home, and then nothing outside of that, and it's all causing depression in their life. And it's kind of like you gotta break that cycle because it's gonna get like it's gonna drive you nuts.
It's gonna get dark,
especially when it's just you. I mean,
yeah.
It's nice to come home to somebody that's there waiting for you. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, cool. So
Everybody about to get stabbed. I was
Everybody
close
get
to killing
stabbed,
everybody's about to die. Nah, but yeah, he was one of the person that I was thinking like, hey, something needs to happen with him, or we gonna die. We all gonna die.
everybody check in on him.
Bob says, then you have your parents set you up. Yeah, see, like he was in his situation, like he wasn't gonna go out on the street and find a girlfriend or anything. Like it came down to, yeah, should we put his business out? Yes, we are. It came down to like my parents arranging a marriage for him. So it was a guarantee, 100%. You're gonna get a wife, and tell us which one you want, because they gave him a photo, right, with like a whole bunch of different females, and then they asked him, hey, which one do you want, son? And we're gonna set this up for you. And it was like, I want.
Catalog?
What's that?
Like a catalog? Like, okay, this is
Yeah, it's just a picture of a bunch of like available females to get married from Cambodia.
Okay.
And then they gave him all these photos. Then he picked one. And then after he picked one, they let him talk. And then, they get to know each other. And then from there, he flies out over there to see her, to see if they have chemistry or whatever. And then from there, they decide if they want to get married. So then he flies back, and then he decides, like, yeah, I want to marry this girl. So then they go back, they do like the wedding. And that's basically how it happened.
Damn. Hey, you know what? At least there's a system out there that allows people to like make this happen. Because if it wasn't for like, and it shows your parents care too to want him to be with somebody, because they could have just left him by himself. And
they tried to do it with me too.
What?
My mom, she's so crazy. Like she tricked me one time. Like one time, right? She I already told Julia's story too. But one time, my mom was like, hey, you wanna come over eat some noodles? Like it's like pho noodles. So I like pho noodles. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go eat noodles. And then I went over there, right? And the only person who was there was my mom and that girl she was trying to hook me up with. I was like, oh my god. I was like, this is gonna be so fucking awkward. And I was like, oh, I didn't want to be mean. So my mom, she made my bowl and everything, and she made her bowl. And then she made us eat together, dude. And then my mom was like, I'll just stay in the living room and you guys have fun. I'm like, I've never met this girl before. And she barely speak English. And I thought that was so awkward. I was like, I looked at my mom, I was like, don't do that again. Like,
don't help.
Yeah, you're wasting her time more than you're wasting mine. And I felt bad for that. I was like, yeah, don't waste people's time. Like, come on. You can't just do that. You can't just throw a wild card on me like that. Like, no, I don't.
Here, we got somebody for you. Do you even know what I like?
Yeah, I was like no.
Like, she could be a serial killer. I don't know her.
Right. My mom was like, she has her own house already. You can just move in with her. I'm like,
oh man.
I was like, so she could boss me around? Nah.
Did you tell me what to fucking do? Beat
yeah,
me?
but I was like, no. I was like, it's okay. I'm out here on the streets. No, I'm just playing.
Oh, I mean, she was looking out for you. I get it.
Yeah. She cares. Yeah, she was worried about me, but I was like, hey, don't worry too much. I'm okay. Like my head was okay. That's the main thing she worried about. Like if they're mentally okay,
She's like, I don't want Billy shooting up the fucking family.
Because I will shoot up the full family. Tread lightly. Tread lightly.
Man, oh man. My mom tried to me with somebody once. Only one time in my entire life.
Damn. You guys do it too?
She was my mom, back when she was like still working, she retired now, but when she was a manager at an apartment complex, there's a girl that lived on site where my mom worked at. And my mom was like, oh, there's a pretty girl. Like she's like, da, da, da. She lives on site. You should see her. Da, da, da. Like she's really nice. I always tell her about you. I was okay, whatever. And then I want to come across her one day because I wanted to go stop by my mom's job to go grab something from her. And I met her. It seemed like she was a cool girl, but I saw her walking out, and I saw like she had like a gun strapped to her back.
Oh shit!
And I was like, what?
Like two guns?
My mom was like, yeah. Nah, just one. Just like one, like strapped to her back.
Oh
And then
god.
she's like walking out, and I was like, well, she got a gun on her back. She's like, oh no, she has it for safety. And after that, I was like, I'm good. No. I'm not
Yeah,
trying to be
that's
like, hey,
scary.
can I get? Hey, I'm Chris, and you're Pop. I'm like, shit. And I get shot in the chest. Good,
It's like, oh my bad.
he ran up on me so
Trigger
quick. Why'd you do
happy.
that?
Yeah, that would have been like if you went out on the first date, right, and the girl came like strapped up. Like, no,
You know what I'm saying?
like that's too manly, man.
Well, if she had
Like,
enough
I get
purse,
it. Have a taser, not a gun.
yeah, or at least having a purse out of sight. You know what I'm saying? Don't let me know you got a burn on you. Like,
Don't just put it out there.
Don't
Like,
don't let me know. Don't give up the element of surprise on me.
yeah, it's a bit aggressive.
But yeah,
But that's that story. So Grant locked up for life,
like
out there getting
Days
drilled by
over.
Jared or somebody.
meanwhile, Sylvie is out there living her best life.
Sylvie's like, damn, I don't gotta show up to court or nothing, but they can show all my pictures in court while she's drinking Mai Tais and shit with flip flops on, enjoying the good life, and
With her man, the
yeah, with her main
real
dude,
man.
the guy that hits like record on the camera. Beep.
Right? Yeah, he's the cam guy.
Damn.
He's
Well,
the pimp.
there's like a small window for females like that to actually capitalize on that market, because once they get old, it goes down. The money goes down. So if they could do all that while they're young, do it as much as you can, milk it as much as you can, because there's a small window. And after that window is closed, get plastic surgery, change your face, and then tell people you never did that.
Man, your shit gonna be all like pulled back, like
Yeah.
man, Flana, why you got it?
Because if they find out like you had like that type of street, what's that word? Reputation, a reputation for being like a cam girl.
Yeah,
It's gonna be hard for you to get into anything that's genuine, because they're gonna use that against you. They won't even take you serious.
every time. Nobody's gonna look past that shit.
Yeah, you just don't get no respect. Like, okay, you gave to everybody. Why are you not? Well, you're not giving to me no more.
Maybe
Now
should
you
stick
get
with
stabbed.
OnlyFans. Maybe you should stick with OnlyFans girls instead of cam girls.
Yeah, it's a small window. Yeah, so do it while it's hot. Bob says, so they didn't call her as a witness? Nope.
Nah, she was on country.
Bulgarian model there was no reason for her, like, because she wasn't involved in anything. She was just doing her job, getting paid,
And it wasn't illegal either. Nah, he was just giving all the damn money. She didn't do nothing wrong. Cam girl was legal.
Spending 4 hours talking to a stranger, knowing that he's not going to meet her, too. But maybe that was always in the back of his mind. Like that one little small hope, Like, hey, maybe.
They probably went through all the transcripts of their conversations and shit and everything to make sure she didn't like try to coerce them. There been times too some women on them cam girl shit would convince men like, hey, go kill your family, or this new thing that's going around. They go after like these. Did you hear about this? They're going after teenage like these scam things are going after teenagers where they'll set up like a fake profile and then hit up like some popular high school teenager at like that's in track or whatever. Recently, it's like this track kid, I think, but a football player in high school. And then they'll like exchange pictures of like new pictures, and then they'll blackmail the teenage kid like, hey, we got pictures of your little dick.
Damn.
If you don't, if your family don't give us like I think it's like for $300. Yeah, that's for like $300 one time, and it's like if you don't, we won't expose all your pictures.
Damn.
And so this is recently too. This like they said like I think like 20-some kids have been like committed suicide over this year of like these mysterious cam girls
Committed suicide?
Yeah, because like they're like blackmailing like teenage boys who are like in sports too.
Well, couldn't they
like,
get in trouble for that?
Yeah, I think they found out
You
that
gotta
one
go
dude was
pee.
like Nigerian.
Oh, no, I'm saying I think Proton gotta go pee.
Yeah, I think they found out like one dude was like Nigerian, but he was posing. Two dudes were Nigerian, but they were posing as like some like fake ass white girl online. And then they wound up talking to this high school boy and like got him to send dick pics, but they sent like fake nude pics to him, and they blackmailed him with $300. And he said like, well, I'm gonna want off of myself like if you guys don't if you guys like send my pictures out. And he was like, well, do it anyways. We'll see what happens. So he wound up killing himself, and they still sent his pictures out to his
Holy
girlfriend.
shit. Damn.
His girlfriend after he died got like a flood of like all his new pictures. Like this is what your boyfriend sent us before he killed himself. It was like
Holy shit, that's so fucking
crazy, man.
That's so
it's like a new trend going on,
dark, man. Damn.
It's dark shit. It's new. It's like some new shit that's been going on this year.
That's freaking scary, man.
To kids too, man. You doing this to teenage kids. They ain't grown ass adults.
That's why these
They
kids don't need no
from.
phones with cameras on it, man. Let them live like their normal life, you know. Let them go through the normal life. I think that's it's a bit much.
My kid gonna have a Nokia phone.
My kid ain't gonna have no phone.
He's gonna have nothing.
He's gonna have a phone book with numbers written on. Then ask somebody to use the phone like, hey, can I call my mom?
Help I'm being kidnapped. Can I use your phone?
Yeah, back then, like we waited until our parents showed up. I mean, I just hope and pray my dad showed up.
Man, hope
Because
they
I remember I
remember.
almost got kidnapped
What?
by a Mexican guy. He was on the other side of the fence and he started grabbing my
You told
hand.
me that. He was like grabbing it right through the
Yeah, through the fence. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
hey. I was like, what are these? I felt like rough sandpaper on my hand. I looked back. I was like, holy shit, it's a hardworking Mexican smiling at me. I was like,
That didn't
damn.
work.
I was like, damn. I was like, oh, you think I'm cute? Like, well, my dad's over here. I gotta go. Adios.
Save that shit for the next kid.
Yeah, I was like, go fuck with that other kid. Leave me alone.
Was that Fortnite with the most pipe?
With the most pipe. All right, I'm gonna take a quick break, and then we can start on your topic when we get back. And we're back with Chris Unholy.
What up? All right, so next topic. We're gonna talk about this story. I think it popped off end of the summer or something, or actually probably like a month ago now. There was a pilot. I didn't really hear too much about the story originally, but there was a pilot that flew like on Alaska Airlines or whatever that airline company is called. It's flying from like Portland, Oregon. If I'm not, no, it's flying from Washington State down to like San Francisco, but had to make a U-turn. Had to like divert from his path to go to Portland, Oregon, because at the time the pilot or one of the co-pilots up there just started tripping balls and just started pulling on all the levers and almost shut off the damn engines in mid-flight. The pilots themselves even said that if he had given another second longer, the plane would have went to glide mode and they wouldn't have been able to use engines. Like he was just slapping all this stuff off. So the guy involved in the incident, his name is Joseph David Emerson, age 44. He was involved in trying to crash a plane that almost wiped out everyone on board, and he's got charged with 86 counts of attempted murder. That's a murder for every single life on the plane. God damn.
Damn, there was 87 people flying to Alaska?
Yeah, well, from Alaska Airlines was flying from Washington down to, I think, San Francisco.
Oh, okay. It was the airline.
Yeah, the airlines, Alaska Airline, or whatever the hell the company's called. So if anybody knows who I am, anyone knows me, that, hey, Chris Unholy is a huge fear of flying. Now, somebody who's flown with me before, a lot of people flown with me before, probably say, seem to be too panicky on planes. It's because I hold it inside. Planes horrify me. I have a fear of like looking out the window and seeing the engine fall off, or seeing metal peeling, or sometimes like the Twilight movie, seeing a creature on the plane during a thunderstorm.
You think
I have a huge fear of flying. What?
You think it has something to do with your past life?
Maybe, but I have a huge. I think where my fear comes from too, because funny thing is, I went down a rabbit hole today, started looking up statistics about planes and stuff, and for me, I think it's because not only are we up there and like 7 miles up, I just found the other day how planes fly. That's 7 miles up. This is insane. I wish I didn't even know that. Planes fly 7 miles up, and I looked up how do planes fly today, and it says flying on a hope. Well, I put like flying on a hope and a prayer, and only on 4 forces, which is lift, gravity, thrust, and drag. That's all it takes to make a plane go. I learned that today. It was pretty intelligent. But then I started looking up statistics about what some experts be saying about planes, and statistically that planes are much safer to travel than cars. In fact, the last plane crash we had was Colgan Air Flight 3407, which crashed in Buffalo, New York, back in 2009. Killed 49 people on board. That was the last time we actually had an actual commercial plane crash in America. Damn. Meanwhile, it's probably a car crash going on right now as we speak, because on average, 6 million car accidents happen a year in America, and there's about 38,000 deaths. So obviously, planes are a lot safer ride than cars. My thing to dispute that, which people always want to tell me that statistic, like, well, yeah, planes are more safer than cars, which is maybe true, but my brain always thinks is this: what's your chance of surviving, a car crash or a plane crash? That's what it comes down to me, and that's why I'm usually, yeah, you ain't gonna survive no fucking plane crash. Let's just get that out of the way. You car crash, you can survive more.
Well, the other difference is like when you're in a vehicle and you're driving, you have control.
Yes. airbags, stuff
Yeah,
like that. They got no airbags on damn plane.
Yeah,
Be
so like
bouncing around.
for me, like if I were to die like with one of those two, I think I'd rather die in a plane. Cause
It's quick.
I can't do nothing at all.
That's it.
I
That's
just
out of
gotta
my
meet
hands.
my maker pretty soon. Like in a car, I'm like,
Uh-huh.
oh shit, I'm responsible for my own death. You know? And then
Oh,
that's
it's
in the
my
back of my
fault.
head. I was like, oh shit, my bad. I turned the wheel the wrong way. Now it's my fault.
Plane crash would be
And
much
then when I
faster too.
talk to God, I'm like, hey, if I died in a plane crash, I was like, hey, I wasn't a pilot.
Man, I mean,
So I get some tokens,
love
right?
my-
I get some tokens. You know,
right?
get a free
remember,
free ride to heaven or whatever.
Right? got to the front of the line. Shit. Man, so like I remember like last year, no, a couple years ago. You remember hearing that plane that in China that ran into the mountains?
No.
Did you hear the story? Yeah, there's this guy, this pilot in China. He flew a fucking plane into the mountains and killed everyone on board. And they say when the plane hit the mountains, it was going almost like in a nosedive like this. They say it broke the sound barrier. That's how fucking fast that
Damn.
plane was going. Like he floored it and smashed right into the mountains. They caught like a CCTV camera footage of like it flying past a camera and going into the mountains before it crashed.
Sheesh.
But they say like they want to find out the pilot was suicidal, and so that unlocked like a new fear in me of it's not the planes like because planes are kept up pretty well. It's more like what are these pilots thinking when they get on the plane, and so that was like the new horror story for me of like oh shit, what if a pilot's suicidal and just man just wants to take everyone out? That is,
What the odds of that though, huh?
but it's got to be rare though because they check these pilots a lot too. And that's what's going to go with the story with this guy named Joseph David Emerson, 44 years old. He got arrested, like I said. Actually, when he got arrested for trying to crash the plane, because when he was in the cockpit, he went in there and he sat in his seat. He was relaxed. Everything was fine. Other pilots came in. They talked to him. They're like, hey, how's it going, Joe? But I'm good. And he was all quiet. And when the plane took off, he just started pulling all the levers, pulling all this shit. And the pilot said they barely stopped him just in time before he turned that plane into a glider and shut off all the engines. That is horrifying.
But what was the reason behind all that?
Well, so after Mr. Emerson got locked up, he had told the cops after they held him down to the ground. The pilots, he told the pilots like, hey, like y'all need to stop me. I'm trying to stop all this right now. And then when the cops put him in cuffs, he's saying he was suffering from like a mental health incident. And so 48 hours prior to being on that damn plane and flying, he had took magic mushrooms. He took it when he was out camping with some friends, and and obviously they checked all the camera footage before he got on the plane and everything to see if like the security checked to see if he was actually high or the edited cameras. Anybody see when he was getting on the plane if he was high or under an influence of something, and no one noticed that he was like under anything. He just seemed perfectly fine until after the plane took off. Now,
Right.
when the magic mushrooms, what's that?
But you said he took it 48 hours prior to him being on
Prior,
flight?
yes. Took it like I was at camping with some friends.
Yeah, I think he should be clean by then.
Yeah, you would think so, but they said he took a lot and it was his first time. His
But
first
48
time
hours?
ever.
That's too
48
long.
hours. Took a shit ton, from my understanding. And so after he took the shrooms, he said like his trip went on for so long that he thought that if he crashed the plane, it would end it. He didn't think none of it was real. There's some points where he said he thought about trying to jump out the exit because he thought if he jumped out, hit the ground, it would just stop and he would be back doing whatever he thought he was doing. But the thing is that when he took those magic mushrooms, he was actually going through like a mental health crisis himself. At the time, from my understanding of the story, he had a friend that had just passed away and he was going through depression when he took shrooms. And so, and I guess it kind of triggered like this rolling amount of depression in him, and eventually led to him to like, okay, I just want to stop this shit, and I'm gonna crash.
Yeah, that's
I just
weird.
think, yes, that's the thing. And I don't know if he was trying to commit suicide because he like it seemed like it's not like he was unaware that everything was real. He thought like, okay, I'm imagining this, I'm gonna crash this plane, and then boom, I'm gonna wake up from whatever this is going on. And it led to him almost killing everybody on board.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. 48 hours taking shrooms. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's still in
there's no way.
how much did you
Like,
take?
I think there's more to it. It's probably different drugs or some shit. But for me, it's hard for me to believe that it was like the mushroom that caused all that shit.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Because they say, like, 'cause that's what I'm saying, too. Like, is it him, like, himself? Did he drink anything? Because they say they didn't have alcohol in the system or nothing. I wonder if they even picked up the shrooms, the shrooms and psilocybins in the system, too.
Yeah, it doesn't even
But,
last that long. Like it's pretty much out. Like you're over it. Like the next day.
Yeah, so they said like a 48-hour trip, and they said like, oh, it was his first time. So I'm like, well, it don't matter to. That's why I was like,
Yeah,
too,
it
like
don't
40 hours.
matter.
That's a long.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's a long ass trip, man. So it's like I don't care. Like I would have think he would have thrown up first before he even ate that much to even be tripping out 48 hours. Like your body gonna let you know if that shit hurt.
Yeah,
you.
I don't.
But that's the story they're going with right now. This could be one of those This could be one of them things where
Yeah,
hey,
demonize
they
his
tryna
mushrooms.
demonize-
How
yeah, you know
dare
what I'm
they?
saying?
After we came all this way, we came far.
All
and
this
then,
way.
oh, a pilot took shrooms like 48 hours ago.
Yep.
Now that was like the
All it takes is
cause.
one too.
I'm like, no, man.
All it takes is one. Now and then if you try like add it up to how many other people take psilocybin, how many of them try to crash planes? Yeah, nobody. So this is like
No,
a
you'll
rare
probably, yeah,
case.
you'll catch him at the soup kitchen.
Yeah, right. Trying to make the world a better place.
Yeah, you catch them in the garden, like fucking touching a plant, saying, "Hey, we out here.
Gonna be a plant.
I'm aware of you, plant. Let me give you a kiss because you can feel all that shit. You can feel nature, dude. I heard birds talking, and I heard birds like speaking in code, dude. They're like, I was like, are you hearing this shit? They're like these birds are speaking in like a digital code and shit. I was like, I knew these birds are fucking fake. They're fucking spying on us. I was like, where's the real birds at? I hear electronic birds outside the house.
They just like,
Yeah, I felt like I was being spied on. I was like, these birds aren't real, man.
Why do you sound like you have a motor in your chest, bird?
Yeah.
Machine. No, man, nah. Because I bet you birds be doing that the same way too. Seeing humans talking, I'm like, what the fuck they talking about?
Yeah.
Talking gibberish.
That's pretty
Getting
wild.
cold. Yeah, so this man is looking like, oh man, he ain't never getting the fuck out of jail. I don't know, but I there's a podcast I watched recently that was talking about the situation, and it was pretty legit what they were saying because it's like and I'm just gonna cover what they said a little bit, not too much, but they talked about like how in the aviation circle, as far as pilots go, you can't take anything at all to deal with depression. At all, nothing. You can't take a damn thing, not no weed, no nothing. Because as soon as they do, they're gonna ground your ass, and you might lose your license over it. And so, I guess the topic that came up in the podcast I was listening to was like, should there be a system set up for pilots that suffer from depression, and should they be allowed to take certain things without having to step outside the lines and being scared of trying to hide it from their jobs? You know what I'm saying? Because I guess the argument they're trying to say is like, well, if he did take it irresponsibly, shouldn't be a system set up so that if pilots or anybody else goes through this type of depression, shouldn't they be, I guess like not chaperoned or whatever, but like I guess like instructed by someone to take the certain amount of doses that they need to help with whatever they're dealing with. Like that's just like real question to like where jobs like, hey, you do have mental issues and it might need to be addressed through some type of medication like psilocybin,
Right.
and jobs shouldn't be so rejective of it because he could like clearly whatever issues he had mentally, he couldn't take anything medicated for it anyway, and so he went to psilocybin because he was like, okay, well they're not gonna be able to trace it anyways, and that was so, and that's the story I'm hearing right now. So he took it as alternative because he's like, well I can't smoke weed or anything because it's gonna be in my system too long, or they'll catch it, or they might catch it, but psilocybin might go into the radar, and he took it and
Yeah,
it took
they
too
don't test
many.
for that. That's a crazy thing. But
Yeah.
another crazy thing about these pilots, like what I heard is that a lot of pilots actually drink like a lot of alcohol before going on flight.
Man,
Like
they
would
found out
sneak,
last year.
yeah, they would sneak drinking alcohol like in the restroom right before they board.
Yeah, they got little shooters. Pop 'em,
Yeah,
man.
and then they look at the trash can. All you see is like empty vodka bottles and stuff.
Great up, man. I heard about that last year.
So they must be going through a lot.
What?
Like they must be like going through a lot.
Man, yeah, or stressful.
that-
Or just, a stressful life. I'm pretty sure they got like fucked up marriages, all that traveling. Like it probably ain't good, man. Good money though, but I mean,
Sleeping with
I don't
those
know.
stewardesses.
yeah. Well, I got a whole family in the house.
What do you call those people that give you cokes?
Shit. It ain't stewardess. It's I should know this shit. Airline assistants. I don't know. The people that go down the aisle. I forget. I'm having a brain fart right now. So
Damn, what
So
do you
bad.
call those people?
airline associates. I
Flight
don't know. It ain't stewardess
attendants.
no more.
Flight
Flight attendant.
Damn, we're so dumb.
Man, my brain. Like, I had a brain fart big time just now. I can't think.
Speaking
of
about
flight
brain
attendant.
farts, they were saying like how the brain always like deletes like a lot of stuff in your head. Like it doesn't try to hold on to information. So like the best way for you to like remember something is when the moment is happening, thinking of something weird like an elephant in a tutu or some shit.
And that's how you get it going.
Yeah, because your brain will delete fucking shit that you just talked about, you know?
Instantly, man. And I swear I was just talking about this. I think I asked this question like last week too. What is a stewardess? What is it? Flight assistant?
What is a
Flight
stewardess
attendant.
anyway? What is that?
That's the old school name, and then Tom changed because men started doing it,
Oh,
becoming flight. And it was like, well, we can't call you a stewardess. That's like a female title. So it's like, okay, we got
take
we got
that
dicks
skirt
on the
back
plane now.
off. Yeah.
Take that skirt off, man. Your
Take that
balls
skirt
hanging
off.
out. Your balls hanging out, bro. And then they changed it to like flight attendant, so it's gonna be like more a generalization term for anybody working.
He,
there. So
him.
I got. Yeah, so I get it. But yeah, man. Bro,
Yeah.
crazy ass story with this dude, man. Fuck.
I say he just
He ain't
crazy.
never got
He
out
just
of jail,
took
man.
that whole mushroom story out. Like they try to just snitching on mushroom like that. Mushroom's like, hey man, hey, you chill.
Yeah, I was shocked by it because at first, like, okay, crazy guy tries to crash a plane. I'm like, okay, cool, he's probably nuts. When it was shrooms, I was like, oh, I gotta talk about this because this sound like this might be some this is psilocybin anti-propaganda. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's what it sounds like. Like, don't push that mushroom thing in a positive way. We gotta still demonize it, you know, and then use it in like in the most craziest way on a plane.
It'll make you crash a plane. And granted, like, no, any amount consumed of anything, like drugs or whatever, or psilocybin or anything that you take, even alcohol, too much of anything is bad for you.
Right.
Now, but a 48-hour trip though, that is long, man. He would have been tripping from the time he did this at the campfire.
Yeah, that's
because
like
he said
the-
he didn't sleep either. They say he didn't sleep. That's another thing. He
Yeah,
never
it's-
slept.
It's probably on acid or some shit.
That's what I was wondering. I was
Acid
like, it might be
lasts
something
long.
stronger.
Yeah. And acid is the one you actually can't control. That's the one that's crazy. That's the
That's
one
what's
when you
up.
open your eyes and it's still crazy.
I can see that, 'cause
Acid
he's
is that's
trying-
another. That's different. That's
Yeah, 'cause he's trying to crash
synthetic
the whole-
nightmare.
Mm-mm-mm.
That's the
Yeah.
one where you're like, oh my god, shut off the plane, shut the whole plane off. Everybody in here, they're not real.
We're gonna die.
Shut it
we
off.
gotta- He's like, yeah, because he kept saying like, yeah, if I shut off all these controls, we hit the ground, boom, I'm gonna wake up back at the campfire.
That's probably
Yeah.
what would happen when you die. You know,
Trying to
you
plug
die
in the
like,
Matrix.
zoop, like holy shit, what a long dream. I had a whole life and everything.
What do you say? Like, how you go back to the last save point?
Yeah, like your respawn, your checkpoint.
Just respawn point. Yeah, but that's it for that story, man. I wish him luck in prison. That's he's on.
Oh, he's in prison.
Oh no, he hasn't been sentenced yet. They're still like using the terms like allegedly in articles and stuff. So like he allegedly do it because he hasn't been charged with it or he hasn't been found guilty of the crime. So it's still allegedly.
Yeah.
But no, they're gonna get his ass for 86 counts of murder. So attempted murder.
Oof.
Man, he's like a damn serial killer, but he just do that. Just snaps, I guess. I don't know.
Life's rough.
Oh yeah, but that's it for that crazy story.
Yeah, I don't have any other stories. You have another one?
Oh, let's talk about these missing kids. I was so
yeah,
excited about saying that.
Ohio,
I
right?
didn't mean to. Yeah, in Ohio. Yeah, I didn't mean to sound excited about that. That's not an exciting story.
Yay.
Yay, missing kids. I'm going but no, messed up story, man. I remember hearing this story back in March, I'm gonna say, and when I first heard about this story in Cleveland, it was like, yeah, 45 kids went missing in Cleveland or Northern Ohio, and it was like 45 kids in 2 weeks. And I was like, yeah, I might want to look into that. So now fast forward 6-7 months later, and now we're looking at over 1,000 kids have now been reported missing in Cleveland, Ohio area. God damn, these kids are turning up.
1,000 kids missing in what time frame you said?
Was that
Like,
within
what's-
the year,
what's-
this year,
In a
2023
year.
alone.
Holy shit.
This year of 2023. Yep,
1,000 kids.
1,000 kids. 1,072 children have gone missing in
Got
the
late in
Cleveland
their
Akron
beat.
area. Was that?
Oh, no, go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, so you see like 1,072 kids have gone missing in the Cleveland and Akron area. And parents, get your kids up out of there if you can. Since Cleveland police said in a statement, the department is currently investigating a total. Because now the cops are saying like, well, the numbers are inflated. It's not really that many missing kids. And then, well, because the police don't always update the whole missing kid list, there's actually kids that have been found versus kids that have not been found. And so they say right now that them numbers, of course, the police department say those numbers aren't true. But they're saying that a total of 137 missing persons cases, 65 juveniles, and 67 adults. 14 of those minors are habitual runaways. That's what the cops are saying now. Cleveland police are saying that, well, a lot of these kids are like habitual runaways. They run away all the time. They're minors. And it says 2 others in the process of being removed from the list, saying that they have been found, while 16 are considered endangered. So 16 kids out of 137. Altogether, they're saying it's actually about 137 missing people in Cleveland, not 1,072. And they actually showed on their website, too, saying that the list is so outdated. They have a kid on this list from the year 1928 of this boy that went missing. There was a 4-year-old kid back in 1928 named Melvin Horst. He is still on that list as missing. So there's 2 things. Either these cops are lying and they lying about the numbers because there's a bad look that these damn kids went missing on your watch. Or 2, they suck and they need to update their damn list because they got a kid on the list from 1928 that's still been reported missing. He's clearly dead at this point, and his name was Melvin Horst. And that's that's actually the oldest missing person case in the state, was from Melvin Horst from 1928. And so that's the argument that's coming forward. Due to the recent climate that we're living in right now with kids going missing, sex trafficking is a huge topic right now. I guarantee you a lot of people aren't even buying this damn story.
Wait.
That, oh yeah, these numbers are kind of like, maybe the cops just messed up and didn't update the list. I'm not gonna lie, I think I'm a part of that group of people too. Like, yeah, y'all didn't update this list since like y'all got people on this list since like 1928 that was missing. Like, what? Come on now.
Wait, so are the parents talking about this? Like the parents with the missing kids? Like, so
Yes,
are there
parents-
like over 1,000 parents or something out there? Like, hey, where's our kids? Like, where's the parents at?
Yeah, from my understanding, it seemed like it might be parents came forward. I know, like, the grandmother of one of the kids came forward saying, like, well, wherever he's at, hope God is with them, yada, yada, yada. That type of stuff, that comforting stuff. And then some people probably never even came forward. So these kids are just, like, missing. Nobody's ever been reported. Somebody was either reported and then nobody maybe came forward or something. But, it's saying that that with these missing kids, that some of this information is false. It's crazy. This story's all over the place. I kind of want to put my conspiracy, tinfoil beanie on right now.
Here we go.
I want to put my conspiracy tinfoil beanie on right now and say, like, yo, this is a cover up and the cops are in on it. That's my theory. That they the ones that are like, because you gotta think about this. In this world, most kids are taught, like, hey, cops are good people. If you see a cop and you need help, go ask for help. So they'll be like, what if some of these cops are involved in this ring, this sex trafficking, like, hey, Billy, is that you? Hey, your mom was looking for you. Come on, we'll give you a ride home. And they end up in a damn Connex box with a bunch of other kids at a dock.
Yeah.
Getting shipped off to, like, fucking Thailand or something, or wherever they go to,
Yeah. I would have to put my conspiracy hat on too, like a double conspiracy hat.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you remember the whole Hawaii thing that happened, right? The whole fire in Hawaii. Well, there was a whole bunch of missing kids from there too. That is not accounted for. Like, they didn't even talk about it. But the family members were saying, "Hey, where's all the missing kids? Like, is the news gonna talk about the missing kids? Because a lot of kids went missing after that fire went down." So then, like, when you were talking about this story with Ohio, saying there's like over 1,000 missing kids in Ohio, and like, what the hell? Within a year, 1,000 kids? That's strange, right? You put those 2 stories together, and then what Bob was saying in the chat. Bob, she stays on with a tinfoil hat on all times. She's like, it could have been adrenochrome, like, harvesting. Like, if you think about it, like, if this is a real thing, right, where you can scare kids and then you can, like, take the blood out and then they have, like, the adrenochrome, like, a potent amount of, like, a good baby blood, which is where in the street is what the elites, they injected in them, and then they get, like, this overwhelming high that you can't get with any drug. Right. And let's say, like, not only, like, it wasn't for, like, a high, like, let's say these elite people, right, like, they need, like, these type of blood, like, they need these children blood like that to stay alive. Let's just say, let's just say this is what's happening and behind the scenes. So let's say, like, when, like, remember I was telling you earlier, like what if there was a shortage in, like, adrenochrome, like, blood, for, like, these elite people, these celebrities, whatever, and there was a huge shortage that they needed something to happen to where they can collect these kids' blood, like, they needed an event to happen, or like Ohio, like, we don't even really know a lot of people that live in Ohio like that, so I think they could probably get away with this type of activity in a place like that.
Yeah, it's got Ohio's great.
Yeah, then who knows? That's just that's another theory. If
No,
that's
straight up,
real,
man.
if that blood thing is real,
Could
and
be,
you-
man. That's like,
yeah.
because this ain't the first time we heard about, because obviously these kids, if they got the junior clone, they're getting passed off to the rich elite. Because I remember, I think we talked about it before. There was like the CEO guy that like he gets injected with like using like real shit. If anybody wants to look it up, I forget the guy's name right now. Big ass like fucking 1%er. He gets like injection blood from like young people. He like collected like he started this thing where he's like, hey, young people, you have to be like under the age of 25, I think it was. Between the age of 25 and 18. Hey, if you want to make a little extra money aside, come into this place, give us your blood, and da we'll pay you. And he wound up like injecting himself with like kids' young blood and shit. Real shit. I don't know how the fuck this.
That's a
This
real
download
thing.
didn't even. Yeah, it's a real thing. Yeah, this is like a legit shit. This ain't even like no
Yeah,
conspiracy.
yeah. That
That
shit
just
might be
added more
real,
fuel to
man.
the fire.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah,
all
I forget the
happening.
dude's
Like,
name. Forget the dude's name, man. It's driving me nuts. I talked about him on the podcast like a while ago, but I have to
Chris?
look it up again. But
Christopher.
yeah,
Yeah, that's his name.
what?
No, I was saying, was his name Christopher?
No.
Oh, okay.
I think it's about me. Like, wait, what? I, was like, I don't know, kids.
No.
I don't know, babies.
Bob
But,
says they did lose the queen, and she was the head honcho. So, like, let's say, like, she was head honcho, right? Like, let's just say in a wild world, and she had the
Oh,
connections. She had the connections to all, like the trafficking for children, and let's say that organization got like backed up little to where nobody know who the head anymore. So a lot of the organization, they broke apart, like they weren't connected no more, because it's just like the drug business, like who owned what territory, like in drugs. Let's say it's the same thing like with pedophiles and people that kidnap children like for these type of activities. Like there's certain hubs and certain organizations where they answer to who, right? And let's say like the queen, she was like the main one. She was like the main hub. And then when she was out, those other organizations, they wanted to get they wanted to take over like her throne. So it became like a fight for whoever's gonna be like the one that's gonna control, like I guess the new main hub for like the distribution of these children from kidnappings or whatever, like who's gonna control new territory.
Yeah, it's like a void right now, and there's like a bunch of factions.
Yeah. So
So
there's
it's not like
a-
one. It's not, yeah, they're not under one umbrella anymore. It's like just scatters. There's like a bunch of.
Yeah, that's wild. Where all that come from? I just made all that up. Like, don't kick my door
Hey.
down.
Man, nah, because we've been talking about too, like black markets and shit. I think we talked about that one dude. 'Cause sometimes they even kids too, like that one black dude that was like from Atlanta. They drove out to California to go get like a modeling career, but then he went missing. And they found his body in the woods. All his insides was missing, but he was last reported seen get picked up in a truck because his car broke down. Like, man, fuck, black dude from Atlanta, body, all his insides missing.
Yeah, that's a weird story because they did find him in the desert
hmm
with his guts all taken out. So
Everything on. It was like what? Maybe an animal ate it. Like what?
yeah, I think that's one of those things where like it just happened, Like they're like, all right, like he was like the next best thing that was out there at that time.
Yeah, he was like a model and shit. He was like all physiqued up and everything,
Yeah, wrong place,
Had a
wrong
little-
time.
Had a little V cut. Like he was,
Yep.
he was like perfect specimen right there.
Yeah, that's why like always travel with somebody, like especially if you're going to a place you've never been to before, and then you're traveling
Straight
through like come on, like a desert by yourself. Like
Straight
okay,
up,
you're
especially female.
you're a big black guy, but look what happened.
Well, you want a big black guy? We got 3 big white guys
And weapons
and weapons.
and zip
You came
ties.
in, you came in by yourself. Cause I know like the guy that was the model. Because that's always wanted to know too. Is like, was the modeling agency that hired him, was that even real? What if that was a way to get
I
his
think it
ass
was
out
real.
there?
Like he was just trying to live his new life.
But they just called him wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, wrong place, wrong time. It was just one of those things where they're like, hey, that guy look nice. That guy looks healthy. He look like he got good kidneys.
Like, damn, look at them shoulders.
Hey, chase him. Let's see if he can run fast. Okay, he runs fast.
Oh shit! All right,
What do you think, Billy? Like, should we? He look like he don't have a family. Yes. Take his ass out. So they fucking drove right beside him, and then they tackled him like in football. Take his legs out first.
Right,
And he
right, right at the
falls.
knees.
Tie him up. Like put him in like one of those crocodile ties and shit.
Oh, the hall ties? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
you're talking about feet up like that? Yeah.
Give me those kidneys.
They're mine. Man,
Yeah.
because it's like the movie. It's like the movie Get Out, man. When it was like auctioning off black people for body parts, and it was like or switching brains into different bodies, or that one dude was like, I want his eyes because like he was blind. Like I want to be a photographer again, like in my youth. I want to take that
Damn,
black
that's
man's
how it
eyes
works.
and because spare body parts, man. That's like when like I'm telling you, like, because for example, like the book Prince Harry did, uh, uh, Spare.
Spare
He talks about like they talked about how he was basically just like
a
his
spare
existence
part.
was to be just be spare parts for his brother type shit. Like, man, people will be serious about this.
Yeah, that's sheesh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
organs there. That's a huge market. It's just like
I ain't a man.
in China, like they're using like the prison system as like a organ donation
Man,
harvest center.
yeah, that is horror. That's a horror movie right there. Straight
Yeah,
up.
so if you hear like your number being called out on intercom, six
Time's up.
nine nine 69, like oh no, they got me.
Man, they gonna take
And then you hear your cell door open, but you're not free. Like you just know you're going to get slaughtered.
That's horrible too, because like, where can you run in prison, man? That's like the perfect spot to get that, man.
Yeah,
You can't run.
that's why don't do bad things, man. You don't want to be double. Don't do double
Just say
jail.
no.
Yeah.
Just say no and say that crime don't pay. Man, but then, yeah, there's like what's it in England? There was this guy. He was like a Nigerian dude or for some African like prime minister, whatever the hell he was. But he resided in England as like a liaison between the like countries and all that. But they want to find out that he was like shipping kids from his own home country to England to be like sex slaves. People that look just like him, little kids.
Just
They called
sending
him
them
and
out.
his wife was in on it, huh?
Damn, that's crazy. Like you think like there's actually like a human farm out there somewhere where they just have like females like reproducing babies, but they're not. The babies aren't. Like they don't put them in the system. They're like basically like ghost babies, but then they take the babies and then they would sell them to like people that that's in the organization of doing like children trafficking, right?
Yeah, babies
Like there
from
has to be
England.
something like that to where none of these
And
kids are in the system. They're just being born. They get delivered by like a doctor that's like not even like a real doctor, and then they just
he's-
give these kids away, and then they raise them to like a certain age, and then they would sell them off to like elites.
like doctors doing the surgery, and then they're like doctors that like either got fired or lost their damn license, and then now they underground doctors and shit to help
Yeah,
do these to these kids, man. Could be, man. There's gotta be a whole system set up, man. 'Cause
there has to be like knowing like how dark this world is like that. Like there has to be something like that,
oh, yeah, this
like
world
that
is
would
awful.
cater to like people with a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
And they're not trying to get in trouble. They're like, hey, is there like what's the cleanest way you can do this without like none of that being tracked to them? Like the child is not tracked to anybody. Like it's just basically you just gave birth to like a dark web baby that has no identification. It's just like a John Doe baby. Like there's nothing tied to that kid.
No VIN number, no.
Yeah, no nothing. If you do a
nothing,
23andMe, that shit says like sewer system or something.
System
or
error.
a laboratory out in fucking Brazil, where they do cloning.
Yeah, at a black
Or
site. Which ain't
Canada,
even on
yeah. Yeah.
At a black site. You can't even see it on Google Maps.
Yeah, you do like a QR scan on them, it says Washington, D.C.
Oh.
Oh, where the pizza at? But yeah. Yeah, they do have like chop shops and with human bodies. Remember Colorado? They
Yeah.
had that chop shop with human bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they're like, what the fuck is all this shit doing here? Heads, legs, bodies, like hearts and
Just
random
shit
organs.
everywhere.
Yeah. Wow.
Remember we talked about that.
Yeah, and they got busted for all these organs and body parts.
Right.
What else we got? We did a good. We're good.
I got one
Okay,
more quick
okay.
story now for me.
Let me pee real quick then. Be right back.
Do it. Next topic.
All right, and we're back.
And we're back. All right. Next topic. Last topic of the evening. All right. It says St. Louis daycare accused of running a toddler fight club.
Holy shit.
Yes, these toddlers are kicking the shit out of each other in St. Louis.
Damn, that sounds fun. Like for the kids.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure they had fun beating the hell out of each other. This ain't the first. This is actually the second story I've ever heard of like this happening in like in a school. I think that I heard of one like some years ago, probably like 5-6 years ago now. This guy named Ryan Fisher. He he had like a sixth grade class, a seventh grade class where he had the kids like beat the shit out of each other, and he had it all on camera. There's even a part of the one of the camera footage that some kid in the classroom recorded where you can see the teacher pulling the trash can out the way.
Oh
so the
shit!
kids can fight.
So they get
And,
more
like,
room.
They said like one of the kids in the classroom got punched in the stomach so hard he like threw up all over the place. It was a mess.
Damn.
Crazy. So this story right here is the second one I've heard where people in these positions want these kids to fight to the death. And it says in St. Louis Daycare Center, basically called Adventure Learning Center. This has actually been going on since, this happened back in 2016, but it's now starting to come to light about the whole situation. So Adventure Learning Center, these kids were just going ham on each other with the teachers just standing on the side. They would take them down from the classrooms down into the lower level of the school. They sound like Fight Club for real. And fight. I don't know, like in a basement area. These kids are like, these toddlers are just going at it. And they would give them like, like them Incredible Hulk giant fist hands.
Oh, wait, so how old are these kids?
So toddlers, 4, 5, 6, somewhere around that age. This is like a daycare. One girl was like one kid was 4 years old. And it says the teachers instructed them to fight each other in the classrooms, and they gave them like these Incredible Hulk hands. When the school went and asked the teachers about like why did they do it, the teachers like, well, we didn't have nothing else to teach them, and we had some free time, so we figured we would let these kids get their aggression out on each other because toddlers get angry, they got bills and shit to pay. It's a stressful life being 4, so I get it. Gotta let them kick some ass every now and again.
Yeah, I remember seeing those big ass Hulk hands on TV that had like a commercial for it.
Yeah, big ass.
Dude, that would have been fun. Like,
yeah.
I mean, because you're not getting hurt like that,
Nah, but I mean, when you're a toddler, though, you can get somebody snitch. I don't know. I think somebody had a camera phone because they say how they got caught too. One of the kids, see, this is what we talk about kids with technology. I think one of the kids had like a tablet and started recording and doing the fights.
Oh shit!
So some toddler was like, "Oh shit,
World Star,
use the Wi-Fi password. Let me record this." And then, fuck, I don't know if he posted it. I don't know what kids are capable of now, but I think he might have showed it to his parents, and then that's when the parents were like, "Oh hell, what kid fight club? We gotta get these motherfuckers up out of here."
That's wild. Like the things like they do in school now, because I saw like this other video where this guy, the parent was upset because they dressed their child up, like the male child in a dress. And the dad, he showed up. He's like, why are you putting my kid in a dress? So like, if stuff is like that is going down like behind the parents' back, like you would think, like a fight club for toddlers is not that far out there,
Yeah, that's actually kind of pretty normal.
Yeah, that's to me like I would prefer them in Hulk gloves fighting.
I mean, this is stupid. These teachers obviously got fired. They got fired immediately.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I get it.
Fired.
Yeah.
Like, man, why are you teaching these kids these damn these arm bars and shit? Fucking rear neck control.
Yeah, it's unnecessary. Like that's too random. Unless you're signing your kid up for like a after school program where they do stuff like that. Like if they're doing that, like they're still on school hours. Like you could teach them a lot of shit. Like get on ChatGPT, look up a new subject to teach these kids.
For real, something, man.
Yeah, they're just being lazy. Yeah, they're being lazy, and they want to see a fight. And
they want to see a fight. I'm gonna see these kids kick each other ass.
Yeah, they probably got like a bet on that shit too.
I mean, you better believe it, man. They probably got 2 kids they didn't like. Oh, let's grab this little asshole kid from your class. Let's grab it from your other class, and we have to duke it out, man. In fact, they're probably orchestrating some beef. Like, hey, Tyler. Hey, Dylan over there, he said your mommy's fat. And then they're probably like sparking some beats between these kids so that put some more salt on the fight and everything. Yeah,
like make more exciting pay-per-view and shit.
Yeah, so like the teacher's mom saying like, yeah, the fight was like one of the teachers, whatever her name is, I forget her name, but she says, I meant for fighting with the Hulk hands to be a stress release exercise and not last more than 3 to 4 minutes. That's a long ass match.
Yeah, that's long.
Shit, man.
But kids have a lot of energy though.
That's true. Them toddlers, man, infinite energy, boy. They tap into a different source than us.
Yeah, they're on different vibration, man.
Never ending, man. They don't
Free
slow down
energy and shit. Yeah, they didn't hit that dark old people energy.
Yeah, it doesn't slow down to you like hit 30. It's like, okay, let me chill. But yeah, so they want to find these teachers. Lawsuits are flying everywhere because people doing at school for negligence, rightfully so.
Yeah, because like, what if the kids didn't want to do it, right? Like, are they forcing these kids to do it? Because
yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
I know, like, I mean, you could be in a class full of kids and maybe only 3 of them will want to do it. Like, not everybody want to fight.
And not every kid's gonna be down to throw down, but they're
that
like,
shit's scary.
yeah, because they probably told them kids like, hey, you want to spend more extra time in recess? Yo, put your foot in his ass with them hot gloves, and we'll give you probably some incentives to fight and shit. You know.
Yeah. I know, like when I have kids, I'm gonna put them in like jiu-jitsu class. Like I want them to be fully like know how to control their body correctly and not be bullies. You know, like they could be the bully easy, but I don't want them to be the bully. So I want them to know how to fight, so they don't fuck with people.
Defense.
Yeah, like if you know how to fight, like you don't mess with people.
Man, no, it's always the motherfuckers that really don't know how to throw down and want to like bully and shit.
Yeah, and then like, if they're big and stuff, they're like, okay, they think because I'm big, I can fuck anybody up.
Mm-hmm.
That's how bullies are created.
Man.
Yeah.
Kids are awful. Kids like, that's why your mama black. Kids are awful. They say some. I've heard some kids say some wild shit like African booty scratching. Kids are awful. Well, they chill out when they get older, but man.
Yeah.
And they repeat everything that goes on in the household. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, it's crazy because kids, they copy their parents. So like whatever how their kids act, like you just look at the parent and be like, yeah, that's where they got it from.
I see exactly where they got it from. Yo, they got it from your dumb ass.
That's where they learned that spinning back kick from. Your dumb ass be doing that shit.
The kid's good. So
yeah, they're like some kids, like they just got jokes like in the back pocket. You know, they're like ready to roast on anybody. You know,
at the drop of a hat, man, they on standby.
They're loaded.
So I wish a motherfucker would.
They're like, but my dad doesn't take the train to work because he got his license suspended. I'm like, damn. You know the whole background and shit, you know?
I'm a grown ass man. I'm like, oh. Shit.
Mom broke her back collecting unemployment. Like, damn.
Damn.
Like, they have jokes where they look up the history of everything. Like,
yeah, I went through all your Facebook shit.
He said, yeah, like, they took your whole ass out. Like, took the whole family out.
Everybody.
Like, the mom got beef with the kid.
Right?
You catch the mom fighting, waiting for the kid at the bus stop and shit, you know?
Man, I've seen. Hey, look, I remember I was in 7th or 8th grade one time. I had a mom try to fight me one time. When she got up in my face, it was crazy. All because I made her son upset. It was trying to fight me in the street. I'm like, fucking
damn.
12, 13. Like, I was like,
bus stop, 3 o'clock, let's go.
Yeah, man. It was
and
weird,
Trick says
man.
that's why kids shouldn't be in grown folks' business. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I never forget. I never forget too, because she got in my face and was like, "You let I'll kick your ass because I got Jesus in my heart." And I was like, "What?"
Damn.
And I was like, "A kid."
Damn. So what if Jesus clock out? Like you want to fight?
I'm like, "Oh, Jesus' back must be turned. He don't see you doing this shit." You're trying to fight a kid, man.
Who talks like that? That's so wild, man.
I don't know. She's tripping.
Good thing I'm like on the good side of the Lord, because I would have whooped your fucking ass, piece of shit.
Little boy, little 12-year-old.
Yeah, that's so crazy. Like I don't know, man.
I ain't fighting no kid. I mean, I'll probably kick a kid in the chest.
Jesus probably like, hey, don't put my name on that. Jesus like, no. I don't co-sign for that.
No, sir.
Intrigue says, my mom used to make sure I wasn't, but I was still listening. Just can't say anything or make facial expressions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Oh, well, my mom was never any business where I had to get into, but I was listening. But it wasn't nothing like juicy, like.
No.
Yeah, it wasn't anything good, so I was like, okay. Next.
Yeah, it was.
What else
was anything I didn't even. Yeah, sometimes like things I didn't even understand. I was like, I'm not even spying because I don't even know what the hell they talking about.
Yeah, they're speaking in Cambodian too, so I was like, hey, I don't know. That's out of my ballpark now.
I don't know what's going on. Man, yeah, stay out of grown folks' business and shit, but
yeah.
Sometimes too, man, you get some grown ass adults too that be wanting like spill the guts to kids and shit too, man. I've seen it.
Oh, that's stupid.
It's weird, man. Very weird. I had a teacher in high school that was like that. Like in my 9th grade year, she was like telling us all about her and her husband's like business. Like, well, he won't sleep with me. She was a science teacher, mind you.
Wow.
Like, well, he won't sleep with me and da da da. She used to have an afro too, like Bob Ross. She had like a little Bob Ross curly afro, but skinny old white lady. Like we were going to classroom, we were supposed to be like getting ready to cut up some frogs, and you telling us about you and your husband not sleeping with you, and it was weird, man.
Damn.
Like, man, like I'm trying to pass this class, man. I'm not trying to be your therapist. Shit, very strange. confiding in kids, man. I just watched Dragon
He
Ball Z.
probably
lady.
doesn't
What
like
the
her no
fuck?
more.
Huh?
Or he's probably like getting something else.
Who?
The husband, like, why is not sleeping with her?
Yeah, I was. He was like, that's what like some other kids were saying too. Like, yeah, he probably cheating on you. It was kids saying this.
Yeah,
Yeah, he running out on you while you teaching us in class and complaining about him.
he's running a train. Choo choo.
Crazy, man.
Where's your wife? At
Felt bad
home.
for her.
Yeah.
Got to confine us in children.
Yep. What else we got?
But
Yeah,
that's
that's
it
it.
for that story. Kids beating each other up.
We're good. We're almost at 2 hours.
Hey yo,
So it might be like a 1 hour 40. So that's good.
hey, we made quota.
All right. Before we head out, I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Have a good,
man,
safe.
y'all-
Yeah, don't drink and drive.
No,
But if you do, drive safe.
pretty safe.
Take back roads if you're too drunk, or let your car drive for you.
Does this car drive you?
Jesus,
Shit, man, you
take the
better
wheel.
I'd rather take an Uber, man. Fuck.
Yeah, or take a Uber. Be safe. So we can come back, do another episode, and then yeah, after Thanksgiving, one more holiday,
Yes, the big two
Christmas,
more.
and then we're good.
Christmas and then New Year's for after that. Yeah.
Yeah, then we're good.
Yes, sir. 2023. What a year.
Don't have to see your family for a whole year. I'm just playing.
I was about to say that a whole year.
See you guys next year.
You right? And then meet them tomorrow.
That's so dirty. All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. We'll catch you guys next week on Tuesday. Peace out. Adios.
See you guys.